Hey everybody, my name is Alex Miller. Welcome back to my channel, Alex Miller Ministries. And today, I want to give you my perspective on the guy side of things, on what a Christian guy looks for in a girl. This is something I'm working on. I'm going to give it both perspectives. I'm not a girl, and I don't have a friend as a Christian friend that's a girl. I would get her side of things, but I'm going to give you my perspective as a guy. Hold on, let me set y'all up here right quick. Sorry about this. If I can do it. I don't think I can. Here, I'll just hold it. So, I'm going to give you my perspective as a guy. What does a Christian guy want to see in a girl as a Christian relationship? As everyone knows, I'm a Christian. If you don't know, just look at the channel. All I talk about is Jesus. I preach the gospel. So yes, I take Christianity really seriously. And when I say Christianity, I'm not talking about a religion. When I talk about Christianity, I talk about as a relationship with Jesus Christ. I don't believe that this is some religion. I don't believe that this is some man-made religion. No. When Jesus died on the cross, he killed off all religions, okay? A true man of God. All men, listen up. And women, take notes if you're watching this, because I'm about to tell you about a man of God. A true man of God will put God first in everything they do. They put God at the head of the relationship. And if you think that a man of God will put you above God, then there's the door. Hit it. And don't let it hit you back. Don't let the barn door hit you where the good door split you. If you're a woman and you think that a man of God will put you above God, then you're out of your mind. Okay? Because we won't. Secondly, we will love God more than you. Now that might sound a little offensive to y'all. If you're a woman watching this, that might sound offensive to you. But if we were in a relationship, if any single lady's watching this and you dated me, I'm gonna let you know that I will love God more than I will love you. I don't mean to offend you, but that's what a man of God does. Now, let me give my perspective for a minute. What I want to see in a Christian girl. What does a Christian guy want to see in a Christian girl? One, the main important thing is, do they love the Lord? I want to say this for a fact. Do you love God? Because I'm going to tell you this right now. A Christian guy wants to see a girl that goes all after God. We don't want somebody that's lukewarm. We don't want somebody like that. I tell you personally, I don't want a really lukewarm Christian to date. Nuh-uh. I want somebody that goes after God. I want to go with them. I want to worship God together. I want to see a Christian woman that is not ashamed of the gospel. And I want to see a Christian woman that's not afraid to lay hands on people, pray for people. Well, I'm not going to talk about the other two things. I want to see a woman that is on fire for Jesus. And Christian guys, help me out here. If you're a Christian guy, let me know if I'm right on these things. Okay? I want to see a Christian girl that is on fire for the Lord. That's number one. How is the walk? I want to know how the walk is with Christ. The Bible says, do not be unequally yoked, meaning do not be in relationships with unbelievers. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Alex, what if I date an unbeliever in hopes to convert him? Can a Christian date an unbeliever? That might be a different story, a different video topic, but the short answer is no. God has specific rules in dating, in marriage. And secondly, can you, in hopes to bring an unbeliever in a relationship, say you are a Christian and your buddy and your partner in your relationship, your girlfriend or your boyfriend, is an unbeliever, can you bring them to Jesus? Yes, you can bring them to Jesus. But let me tell you something. I'm not saying you can't bring them to Jesus. What I'm saying is, you shouldn't be dating an unbeliever in the first place. God specifically made marriage for one reason. He made it for believers to get together. And here's why. When you're dating a believer, it's different than dating a sinner, a lost person. When you're dating a believer, they're going to encourage you. They're going to push you in your relationship to Jesus. They will want you to be with them, okay? I'm telling you this to save y'all some time, men and women. They want you to be together and worship God together and keep God at the head of the relationship. If you are yoked with an unbeliever, your relationship ain't going to last, because there's always going to be arguing. There's always going to be fighting. And I'm not saying Christian couples don't fight. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Christian couples do. But here's the thing. You're going to more likely fight if you're not with a believer. So no. And the answer, I'm going to say this and might offend people. You can't date an unbeliever if you're a Christian. That's just not biblical. You got to be equally yoked with believers. Okay? So, one, how's your walk with the Lord? Men, back me up on this. That's the first step. Is a Christian girl walking with the Lord. That's the one thing. I'm 23 years old, and I'm still looking for my partner. And I'm waiting for that right person. I really am. But here's the question. Are you looking? Are you walk with the Lord? That's the number one thing. How's your walk with Jesus? Secondly, do not date an unbeliever. I'm just going to be completely forward with you. Do not date an unbeliever. That's just, I know you thinking that you can bring them to Jesus, but how is that relationship going to last? Okay. Thirdly, and this is a big one for me, is that if you love God, okay, let me explain it like this. If you don't love God, how you expect to love your partner? Men, if you're single, listen to me. I've been single for about 6 years now. I haven't dated in 6 years, true relationship-wise. And the thing that I learned is that God ain't going to bring you the right person until you know where love comes from. When you find Jesus, you'll find love, because Jesus is love. I've been on my walk with Christ for a while. I've backslidden. I've done things like that. But my question is if you love God, you will love that partner. That's the thing there. And the same thing for the women. I want to give you the same advice. If you're waiting for that man to come into your life, I want to ask you this. Find Jesus. I understand you are a Christian, but learn about his love and understand what God's love is. And then when that time comes, when God brings you that person, you will be able to show love to that partner, to your girlfriend, to your spouse, or whatever that case may be. You will find that. Okay? Don't rush into a relationship. My biggest mistakes when I was when I was in my younger days dating, I rushed into relationships that I didn't need to be into. God got me out of them. I started pursuing Christ. I started to pursue him and learn about his love. And now, if the time comes and God brings me a girl, I know that by God, what God showed me his love, I know that I can show that partner love. But I'm not going to rush to God. I've rushed God so many times, and I needed to back up and, saying, God, I'll let you lead me. Let you lead me. So, don't rush things, okay? That's my advice to you. Don't rush God. Don't rush him. Don't rush into relationships, because that's not good. Keep your faith. Trust God. Trust God, and don't be unequally yoked. Okay? Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. I know you might think, well, I can bring them to Jesus. That's great. Bring them to Jesus. But don't date them. You might like them, but don't date them in hopes of, well, I'm going to get my boyfriend saved. I'm going to get my girlfriend saved. I mean, that's great. I mean, if you're already dating, that's great. Bring them to Jesus. But I'm saying that it's not good to be equally yoked with unbelievers. It ain't good to be that way. It's like putting a bad apple in the batch of good apples, or a good apple in the batch of bad apples. Eventually, that good apple is going to turn bad. Okay? Because here's the thing. As a Christian, we are supposed to be separated from the world. Okay? We're supposed to be separated from the world. An unbeliever, they're out partying, they're out getting drunk, they're out doing drugs, they're out doing this, they're out having sex, immorality, stuff like that. Things that's not godly. And do you really want to be in a relationship like that? Just think about that for a minute. I understand you want to get them saved. That's great. But do that. If you want to get them saved before even thinking about dating them. Get them on their walk with Christ before dating them. I mean, be friends with them. Show them love, show them all that. Then, after they get saved and you still have that feeling for them, and they're going on the walk with Christ, then start dating them. But don't date them as an unbeliever and then start converting them to Christianity. No, don't do that. Okay? I love you. I hope this helped you. Please like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. But that's what I want to see in a Christian girl, is how's their walk with Christ. Okay? That I will love God more than them. I want people to know that right now. And that as believers, as Christians, in a dating relationship, we've got to serve God together. We got to keep God at the head of the relationship. I'm telling you, if any single lady that's Christian that does those three things, you've already got me. Okay? Because that's what I want to see in a girl. But anyway, that's just my perspective on things. Christian guys, leave it down in the comments if I'm right. Girls, take notes, because you might need it one of these days. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and share. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all next time.